Day 2 of the Desert X Prix 2025. Look at the track, all good to go. We had some fantastic action yesterday. In fact, yesterday Q1 was absolutely carnage. Let's hope for a bit less of that today. Pretty even start. It was a good position P4 where Stardar now, and again Sorensen's doing nicely coming in from the outside line. Doesn't quite get there first, into the first corner. First is Molly Taylor, who touches that berm on the inside, lifts up those inside wheels. I think McConnell might have gone up the inside of all of them. He has. So Fraser McConnell with the cutback, going to get to jump number 1 in P1. Carl Cox Motorsport, they may get a pass, not quite there. Look at the screens already. If you lose the start, you get roosted big time, and then you're up against it already. So McConnell in the lead, and it's the wipers on for Amanda Sorensen in the start machine. That's tough work, that is, at this time of the morning.
Unbelievable, hard as nails, taking the sling off. You know, she had a suspected broken arm yesterday. Sling off, all good. And we've got a move here, Curly, and contact side by side in these cars.
I think it's Anderson. Yeah, it's Anderson on Sorensen, I think. Yes, it is. So Anderson goes through until it's parked. Will they get out alongside Jamil Motorsport?
Yes.
Look at that. There's almost contact between them. They're closer than they were. So that was 0.997. It's now less than 0 because they're in contact with them at the back. Look, brilliant stuff.
This could be a mighty battle on our hands between Timo Scheider, who takes over Carl Cox, and Kevin Hansen of Jamil Motorsport. But Laia Sanz out front. She looked so up for this. She will be hurt from yesterday, and she'll be looking to make amends for it.
Fraser McConnell here, looking at the screens. The gap is down to 2.1. It was 6, remember, at the start of the 2-lap run. So Laia Sanz now has got to get a bit of a wiggle on here if she wants to hold them off. Catching is one thing, passing is another. Kevin Hansen got the gap down to 2.0. Carl Cox Motorsport coming with them. Timo Scheider is in full send mode. Look at that. Backs the car into the right-hander. He's almost a bit wide. Kevin Hansen using the gravel as well. This is getting to be a proper race now. Look at the concentration on Sanz's face.
Sport for the last number of seasons, but it's now getting really close, and Kevin Hansen is all over the back and making a move here on the inside.
Oh, a bit of contact between them. Laia Sanz runs a bit wide. Kevin gets it on the exit. Couldn't quite get it done on the entry, but he does find a way through. Fair and square, I think. A little bit of contact. Laia goes long on the jump. She's going to rotate the car in early, see if she can get the cut back. Timo Scheider coming in hot. Sanz runs a bit too deep. Scheider gets through, so Laia Sanz drops to P3. Gutting after that little bit of the one pass. Then you're trying hard to get back. She did the right thing to try and come back.
Sanz then uses the hyperdrive. She's trying to make any ground she can to Scheider in front. Hansen, though,
gets the win. Very, very even start. Unfortunately, Munnings has gone backwards for Hansen. Team even, though Hedda Hozos might get there first. No, Christine GZ, she's coming in hot for JBX. Is it too hot? Will she run wide? KMS machine up the inside. I reckon it's Arlen Kotlinski to the point it is. Bit of speed on if they can and try and close the gap down. Hozos looking to the inside line in the even machine. Goes late on the brakes. Hedda Hozos, nice move up the inside. Block pass on the way in. And I think Katie Munnings is going to get through as well. So Munnings passes too. So Christine GZ a little bit mugged there. Down at the hairpin. Up now through the chevrons up the hill.
I think we'd like to see a bit of that
coming
with a
in
move.
hot from the background. Katie Munnings with a super late lunge. It was optimistic, but I like it.
I love it. Katie here, really sendy, isn't she? She's really wanting a bit of this. She knows how important P2 is. P2, of course, is the position they want to be in with a 4-car final later on and into the switch. Slamming on the brakes. Little tap from Hedda there for Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski.
There's a problem for KMS unless they're letting Team Even through. Christopherson was on a go slow there. Team Even looking for a way through, so OC Baby trying to find a way past Joran Christopherson. I don't know if he made a mistake in the previous corner, but the gap was closed massively.
It's down to 0.8 of a second, just under. Baby now all over the back of Johan Christopherson.
I think it might be a drive problem. Look up the hill there, he's struggling as well, so Johan is struggling here for pace. OC Baby looking up the inside. Johan keeps the door shut on the sister team. Say maybe it was a momentary, no, backwards there as well. There's definitely a problem here for Christopherson. The Constantine has come, KMS in the lead, Baby runs wide. He's got an issue too. OC Baby, Andreas backward for Hansen. Around the outside, the Hansen squad moves to the point. KMS and Team Even both with issues within meters of each other, and Andreas backward leads this for Team Hansen.
What was the issue there for Baby? You didn't even see anything.
No, I thought he'd just run wide at first.
So did I. But no, and Christopherson now just trying to hold off Tommy Hallman as well in the JBX powered by Team Monaco machine.
Looks like even out, and there we go. Yeah, straight back pass, done.
Baby are out then, parked up on the side of this course here. We're coming up to the finish here for Andreas Baccarat, who takes the win in Q1 race 2. Kristoffersen and Baby with problems, Baccarat making it count. You've got to be in it to win it, over the line.
No, the outside line has been good for start so far. A lot of dust at the start, and again, Hansen have had another absolutely terrible start. Andreas Baccarat has gone backwards down towards the first corner on the inside line for start. It's Patrick O'Donovan around the outside. Timo Scheider trying to go for Carl Cox Motorsport. Back of the pack. Oh, O'Donovan into the back of the Carl Cox machine. The rear clamshell comes off that immediately, and that's let KMS through, has it? KMS versus Carl Cox over the first jump. KMS in P2, so Scheider leads here from Johan Kristoffersen in P2. Patrick O'Donovan missing the whole of the front bodywork after that contact in turn 1. And again, Scheider's run wide. O'Donovan going up the inside here. KMS leading with Kristoffersen. Where are the cars behind? Where's O'Donovan? O'Donovan's alongside. He's going to get Carl Cox Motorsport up the inside here. Patrick O'Donovan gets through as the rear bodywork comes off Kristoffersen's car. Carl Cox back round the outside. Scheider retakes the position. All action through the first half of the lap. Oh, into the back. O'Donovan runs into the back of Timo Scheider. Patrick O'Donovan on maximum attack over here. Alongside me, Gray Ledbear's got her hands up on her head.
So it'll be exciting for sure. This race.
O'Donovan inside, Scheider contact again. O'Donovan's flying backward, trying to come through. They've missed the chevrons. I think Scheider went the wrong side by side off the top between O'Donovan and Baccarat. This is wild, isn't it?
This is the best race. Oh my. Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I agree.
Calm down.
I agree. So Carl Cox Motorsport, Scheider is outside line, inside line. O'Donovan's dropped the flag, so O'Donovan will get. I think O'Donovan and Scheider will get penalties here.
Oh, for sure. With taking out the barricade, going up the hill too. Yes.
O'Donovan closes the gap a bit. Here's over the crest. Look, wow. Kristoffersen was sending over the crest.
One.
Yeah, I mean, the visibility's bad, isn't it? Munnings would love to find a way through, but not going to happen up this hill. Losing. Oh, Munnings has gone round on the hill. So Munnings has gone round up the hill. She's got caught in the ruts. The car's been turned around. Still KMS continue to lead out front. So Arlen Kotlinski on the last lap here, coming over. It's going to be an easy win for them. She's some 17 seconds up the road. So Arlen Kotlinski, Johan Kristoffersen and KMS take the win. Good start from all 4 cars across. Great start from Tommy Hallman on the outside line. That looks like he knows a hyperdrive straight away. Hallman going to try and get the whole shot coming across from the outside line. OC Baby's there for the Even Motorsport team though. Baby on the inside line. Hallman runs a little bit deep. You're on board here. Not even sure as with the Acciona Science squad. They drop down to 4th place. Hallman on the outside. Kevin Hansen drops to P3. Hallman side by side with Baby. Hallman will have the inside line here over the second jump, and he backs out of it. Kevin Hansen comes in hot over there. 3 cars super close in between them as they come up to the next flag. In the background, it's Laia Sanz for Acciona Science who goes a little bit deep on the brakes.
I think it'll probably I was talking to Kevin Hansen yesterday about it. He said we might have to actually add time just because it takes it's going to be a tight battle.
3 wide as they exit the switch zone this time. They are literally door-to-door touching. And it looks to me as though Jamil Motorsport have done the best job there. They're on the inside of these 3 cars. Team Even on the outside, is it? I think we're in the middle. Yeah, no, it's on the outside is JBX. So on this inside line is Molly Taylor. She has to wait, though, to push the button, so she's going to have to slot into P2. Left-hander next, Taylor. A little bit of contact immediately into the background of Hedda Hozos. Hedda Hozos out front will look to try and hold on to this position. They've managed to get away from Christine Cheesy already. And now it's down to Hozos trying to do a good job and get a decent lap time in here. So Fraser McConnell, look, 5.2 back, now 5.1. This, for me, is about whether Fraz can go maximum attack, and he has! Fraser McConnell, just as I say, he's got maximum attack, has gone off the side of the track.
How did that even happen?
Maybe visibility, maybe something broken, but that is a real shame for Acciona Science. There he is. He's taken the whole corner off the car. The front left corner, the Fox dampers have been ripped off. The Yokohama tyre is underneath the car. Fraz is fine. He's got it parked up there, and they are going to have to recover that. Here it is, look. So Fraser McConnell on the left-hand side. That's really strange.
What happened?
Oh, that's what I mean about the gullies. And this corner is going to be even quicker for Extreme H. Do you think it's just the dust? Look at this.
I guess.
Wow.
That's so strange. I don't even have words to
Here
say
he is,
what
so
happened.
on board. Does he realise at some point, does something go wrong? He's a passenger at that point, grits his
Yeah.
teeth. It is a win for Baby and Hozos. They crossed the line for Team Even in P1. Great job by them. We'll have to wait and see what the championship points, the qualifying points are. Here we go then. We're into the finals for Extreme E before we say goodbye to the series and move on to Extreme H. Redemption final, first of all. Here's how they qualified. 10 points, remember, is a race win. 8 for P2, 6 and so on. The big point here was that 3 teams were on 14 points, so Baby and Hozos for Team Even got the nod, and they got it by going fastest in the super sector in that final qualifying session. I saw one of the team members, they were like, I don't know how we've done it. We needed everything. We needed everyone else to have a shocker. We needed to win. We needed to win the super sector. He goes, and we've done it. So they're pretty over the moon, Laura, but I think also they're a little bit like, okay, well, we're in, now what do we do?
Yeah, they had a DNF, didn't they, in the first race? Parked up side of the road, massive issue with the car, a rush to get it ready. And they did it, and they're through to the final. Redemption race, though, is first up.
A lot of wheel spin for all 3 cars. Now it's about whether or not you use the hyperdrive on the outside. Jeezy's got another good start. She did this early and went a bit too deep. It's wet in turn 1 as well up the inside. Sorensen is managing to get alongside Clara Anderson. Clara Anderson drops down to P3, and GZ's done well. She's held on to it. So Christine GZ leads after a slippy first corner. Good start, 2 in a row.
Yeah, I think she's learned, though, hasn't she? Because she went in far too hot last time and just lost it coming through the left and the right-hander. But there, she's held this lead on, and we've got some real action here over the jump, sending it sideways, dust flinging up into the air. Fighting out front for that final bit of honour here in Extreme E. This is the final race weekend, the final lap. Look how wet it is there through that. But GZ holding them off here. The gap 0.87. Keep your eye on the gap as we see some contact at the back of the field. Anderson there into Sorensen. Up this really steep incline through the chevrons. Anderson still all over the back of Sorensen in the starred machine. But it is business as usual as they come over the top. 2.68 now. Because of that contact, because of the battling, the gap to GZ, she's pulling it out.
Better this time round. A lot of understeer there in the first time. And
but that's a corner that can cost you as well, because we're seeing it here. Commentators curse. Look, Sorensen there giving Anderson a window of opportunity to sneak through on the inside here. Is she going to get it done? Not quite.
It goes back the other way. I was wondering whether or not she'd go defensive. Anderson's going on the attack here. Comes out wide, backs the car in. Going to get up the inside on the exit.
What a move.
Clara Anderson's got it done. Sorensen, I think, has been demoted down a position. The cars are so covered in mud, I couldn't tell you who's reacted. They've moved up. Carl Cox Motorsport up to P2. If you can tell the difference between those 2 cars in the background, you have better eyes than me. But great move by Clara. She's going to try now and close that gap down as she possibly can to the JBX squad, and then we could be in for a bit of a battle on the final lap.
Holman then taking over the car from GZ out of the switch zone. The gap coming in was 9.5 seconds. What will it be coming out? We'll see how this starred car is going. Patrick O'Donovan now at the wheel, because the gap to them really grew in that final lap. For Holman, it's the hyperdrive to finish it off as well. He will boost himself and the JBX team, powered by Team Monaco, over the finish line to take the win in the redemption race. Scheider, the same tactic, but not to be. Some 9 seconds back or so, Carl Cox Motorsport come over the line in P2. A great move, though, for Anderson over Sorensen to get that position. And then the start machine
honking
will
away.
continue to creak its way to the finish line.
So outside line we know has been good. What can Molly Taylor do? Wait from the line, watch for the hyperdrives. They all use them straight away. Pretty good traction. It is the outside line again. Taylor's got to shut the door as much as she possibly can. Big squeeze. Oh, backwards. Launch and over. KMS after contact with their teammates. Over from 3 over to 4 wheels again. I'm pretty sure the car's broken. So they're out immediately, so KMS roll off to the side of the track. That's Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski. She will be okay. Out front, Taylor leads. And in P2, it is Team Hansen. We lost a 4th. Where's the even car? Is that broken too? So Hozos maybe at a standstill in the first corner. That's a shocker. It's not what we were looking for. It's not what we were thinking. Katie backed out of that squeeze on the run to turn 1, Laura, and then it all kicked off.
It did, yeah. And what on earth happened to Team Even as well? They're down there. We don't know where Team Even are. Jamil Motorsport, they're out in front, clear of all of the chaos and the carnage behind. We hope Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski's okay after that one, rolling right round onto the 4 wheels once again from the roof. It's not how KMS will have wanted to see out Extreme E. Yellow slow zone then introduced to this grand final, 2-car final it is.
All that build-up, I was really hoping for an absolute banger of a final, and instead it ended up being a banger race in turn 1. But racing incident for me, as I say, it's slippery in there. It's disappointing, isn't it, for those drivers?
Jamil Motorsport, fully Saudi Arabian-backed team as well. So after yesterday, after Molly's role, after not being able to take part, of course, in the grand final, to be able to progress through, Claire Schoenbrunn stepping in, this would be quite the answer to that, wouldn't it? It is under investigation, what we saw there as we entered the switch zone with these two cars left fighting here for the last ever grand final victory in Extreme E here at the Desert X Prix.
Out front into the lead in theory, Jamil Motorsport, and it should be immediately released. It is. It could not be closer. Let's hope this one goes all the way to the flag. He's going to risk it over the jump, not too much on this lap. Look at the rotation on the way in. Kevin got lovely rotation, Andreas too. Then you want to run the car out and use that bank on the outside. A little jump and a hop into the left-hander, up over the bedrock. What a great track. Molly Taylor looks, well, is she nervous or not? I reckon she is. She wants the win. She ended yesterday, like we said, in a sling. She might end today on the top step of the podium. Would be incredible if she does.
I feel Molly Taylor's pretty ice cold at times, but she did look a little bit tense there, didn't she, waiting. Look, her job's done. She did the best she could. She did what she had to do. Hands over to Kevin Hansen. I'd imagine the feeling now is worse, watching someone else having to bring it home rather than being...
There's Katie.
Yeah, in control of your own destiny.
Katie tells us what the real emotions are. Yeah, Molly might be feeling ice cold. Katie's always got her emotions on her sleeve, hasn't she? And she is definitely nervous. But at the minute, the gap is going up. So Kevin Hansen is extending the gap out to 3.5 seconds. It's gone up by another 3/10 in that last sector.
Backward holding on to it, to perhaps use it in a different part of this course. Another way he can eke out any sort of advantage back. But the gap,
though, has it? I think that was the best place to use it. Oh, no! Kevin was late on the brakes. I think Kevin's missed the waypoint marker. I think Kevin's gone too late on the brakes. He's gone past the flag. I'm sure of it, Laura. He was still on the brakes when he passed the even machine. So that might mean a 5-second penalty. We think a bigger penalty, so he may get a big penalty for that. Backwards a long way back, but he might well be. Oh, no. So now Kevin's got to go as fast as he possibly can in case they get a penalty afterwards. What a story then as we come round to the final couple of corners. Kevin Hansen going to chuck it into the right-hander. Yesterday they ended with that car rolled into a ball, and today they've got the job done. Molly Taylor and Kevin Hansen take the win, but with the penalties, will it be enough? Or will it go the way of Andreas Bakkerud and Katie Munnings? If it does, it will be a first ever win for Bakkerud in Extreme E and for the Hansen team that he's driving for as well. Confirmed result from race control. The penalties have been applied and Team Hansen are the winners. So Team Hansen have taken the final ever race win in Extreme E. It is a first ever victory after a first ever podium for Team Hansen yesterday. It is a first ever win for Andreas Bakkerud in Extreme E, a second win for Katie Munning.
Well, after all penalties have been applied and the stewards have deliberated, this is how the grand final shapes up. Team Even in fourth place, a DNF for them. A DNF as well for Kristoffersen Motorsport. P2, after all, for Jamil Motorsport. And the win, the last ever in Extreme E, goes to Team Hansen, Katie Munnings and Andreas Bakkerud.
A Norwegian and a Brit up on the top step. Andreas Bakkerud takes his first ever Extreme E victory. 13 attempts it took him to get to the podium. That's his race number. 14 attempts to get to the top step. So 2 podiums in 2 days. That's a pretty good start with Team Hansen, who I say have been his arch rivals for most of his career.